Assalamualaikum semua. Apa khabar semua? Harap semua ni dalam keadaan sihat walafiat. Supaya mereka semua dalam keadaan, kita doakan kepada ibu bapa kita agar semuanya dalam keadaan sihat dan mendapat keberkatan dunia dan akhirat. Baik, tanpa membuang masa, hari ni kita nak tengok pasal UFO, Unidentified Flying Object. Saya dari dulu memang minat lah dengan UFO ni. Tambah cerita X-File tu kan, Mulder, Dennis sekali itu memang saya follow X-File. Tapi yang latest tu dah tak follow lah. And then buku dia pun saya ada. So hari ni terpanggil untuk tengok balik apa cerita-cerita terkini. Dengan teknologi yang ada sekarang ni, boleh tak kita detect ya? Sebab dulu mungkin sebab kita tak ada teknologi, jadi kita tengok teknologi daripada US Defense tu, kita ingat dia UFO. Tapi sekarang ni kita ada teknologi webcam, kamera, handphone pun ada kamera. Kita boleh tangkap dengan spontan dan kita boleh kaji sama ada ia adalah betul-betul teknologi dunia ataupun teknologi angkasa lepas. Okey, kita tengok yang mana yang Britain ni. Ni ada alien lah. Tak nak tengok UFO, kita tengok alien dululah. Top 10 alien close encounter in Britain daripada Watch Mojo UK. Watch Mojo UK boleh tahan lah. Okay, dia punya channel quite good.
Do they come in peace? Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 alien close encounters in Britain. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the weirdest and most compelling alien and UFO sightings from around the UK. Number 10, Diamond in the Sky. In 1990, two hikers outside the small village of Calvine, Scotland, made history with one of the most convincing UFO photos ever taken. However, bizarrely, this photo was allegedly covered up in the 1990s by the Ministry of Defence, which apparently had a one-man department investigating UFOs for a number of years. Before the existence of this department was even public knowledge, the photo of a large diamond-shaped object did the rounds of various intelligence organizations before vanishing forever. Only a reconstruction of the supposed image remains. Number 9, the Berkshire Rugby.
Itu memang projek ketenteraan diorang lah kan. Projek ketenteraan diorang ni macam-macam. Malaysia sendiri pun kita tak tahu kan. Tapi untuk US, Britain, Russia, Jerman, semua tu memang, tengoklah sekarang. Dulu stealth bomber kita cuma agak-agak je. Memang sebenarnya memang dah ada. Alright, so that one mungkin betul ketenteraan.
Ball. Nobody expects a rugby ball to come flying at them when they're piloting an Airbus 34,000 feet over Berkshire, but that's apparently what happened to one unlucky pilot. Only 20 miles away from Heathrow Airport, the pilot was convinced this mysterious object was going to crash right into the cockpit. He even ducked. It was reported to the authorities as a near miss in 2014, and an investigation was launched, ultimately with no results. To this day, there's no explanation for what exactly he saw. Number 8, Todmorden UFO Incident. Hypnosis has been known to work wonders for alleged abductees. It certainly did when it was used on PC Alan Godfrey after a close encounter in 1980. He clearly recollected a craft the size of a bus in the northern village of Todmorden. After various calls from the public who were concerned about a herd of cows escaping, presumably spooked by the ship, a stranger named Joseph supposedly took Godfrey aboard, where a number of little creatures, or robots, examined him. Several other officers and a lorry driver also claimed to have seen something similar, adding credibility to his account. Number 7. The Dudley Dorito. The Midlands' most famous alien spaceship, the Dudley Dorito, has been sighted many times in recent years. Not only have there been eyewitnesses, but some of them have even managed to photograph or film.
Yang triangle ni memang banyak merata-rata dunia lah. Kecuali Malaysia mungkin ada satu dekat Port Dickson. Jadi memang aircraft Malaysia, aircraft dunia, buatan dunia ke buatan planet lain pun tak tahu lah.
Mysterious shape. The object gets its name from the area where it appears and its triangular shape, looking like a big crisp in the sky with a few bright lights to boot. For at least a decade, it's plagued the skies, roughly 5 times the size of a jumbo jet, and people are still at a loss for explanations. Number 6. The Copper Man. The oldest alien incident on our list occurred throughout the 18th and 19th centuries in and around Portsmouth, where a mysterious entity, retroactively called the Copper Man, was repeatedly sighted. While only really known to locals, this story of a human with metal skin, first recorded in 1798, is incredibly weird. A young maid even saw the man with metal flesh walk out of the sea and then go back in again, disappearing. But this frightening creature hasn't been seen at all since 1801. Number 5. The Stanmore Saucer. When police were called out to a woman's house late one evening in 1984 because she claimed to have seen a UFO, they presumably didn't expect to also be faced with the object in question. However, when they arrived, the mysterious craft was still visible overhead and stuck around long enough that they had a chance to do a rough sketch of it. The RAF also reported not having any planes in the sky that evening. As the story goes, the police even attempted, unsuccessfully, to follow it down the M1. Number 4. Ilkley Moor Alien Sighting. On a cold evening in 1987, retired policeman Phil Spencer was out for a walk on Ilkley Moor, Yorkshire, on his way to visit family. He also had an idea to take photographs of strange lights he'd seen on the moors, but definitely got more than he bargained for. He saw a strange being, took a photo, and chased it back to a UFO, which quickly took off. The photo was then analysed by optical physicist and ufologist Dr. Bruce Maccabee. The conclusion was that it had not been edited and the creature was no known animal. Number 3. The Envoy. The Ministry of Defence may have acted shadily on occasion, but in this instance, they apparently didn't think anything of a strange man claiming to be an envoy for an extraterrestrial diplomat who wanted to speak to the authorities. The man said he'd been in contact with aliens, specifically an alien named Algar, since he was age 7, and that Algar was finally ready to reveal himself publicly. Unfortunately, before this could happen, Algar was supposedly killed by some other aliens. The MOD never chased it up. We can kind of understand why though, it does make for quite the story. Number 2. The
Bosan lah, UK punya memang bosan lah. Movie dia pun bosan, benda ni pun bosan.
Falkirk Triangle. When you think of the UFO capital of the world, the first thing that springs to mind probably isn't the village of Bonnybridge, Scotland, also nicknamed the Falkirk Triangle, but it's this area's claim to fame ever since sightings began in 1992. For whatever reason, aliens seem drawn to this patch of land between Falkirk, Stirling and Bonnybridge. Though skeptics believe that it's all a scheme by a local politician, Billy Buchanan, to attract tourists. But there's still hundreds of reports of strange lights and objects in the night sky. Number 1. The Rendlesham Forest Incident. So significant it's nicknamed Britain's Roswell, what happened at Rendlesham Forest in Suffolk in 1980 has baffled people for decades. Centering on an airbase RAF Woodbridge over a few nights at the end of December, many high-ranking officials claimed to see a UFO come down in the woods. Personnel went on to investigate and found a glowing metal object that left burn marks behind. The incident spooked so many people that the MOD were forced to issue a public statement that national security was not at risk. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch.
Okay, pasal Copperman lah, pasal tu semua. Tapi dia tak banyak tunjuk. Dia tak banyak tunjuk guys Dia tak banyak tunjuk bukti-bukti dia, gambar-gambar dia. Tapi yang last tu, the first one tu memang saya ada banyak baca lah. Memang dia dekat dengan Air Force Base. Most probably memang kajian daripada Air Force lah. So kita boleh buat kesimpulan di sini lah. Memang US, Britain, Europe ni countries, Jerman, dia orang ada teknologi yang dia belajar daripada Wallahualam lah kan, untuk buat senjata-senjata ataupun airplane yang power ni lah, jet fighter yang power ni lah. So tapi yalah, tak banyak lah, dia tak tunjuk banyak bukti-bukti yang menarik sikit lah. Setakat gambar-gambar, illustration je buat apa. So tak apa, tapi memang silap lah, UK boring. Okay guys, kita jumpa lagi. Nanti lepas ni kita pilih yang better sikit lah, daripada top 5, top 10 ke top 5 ke, daripada Watch Mojo ni. Tapi kalau Watch Mojo ni nak tengok pasal movie ataupun dipanggil apa tu, hidden message dalam movie, okay, Watch Mojo quite good lah. Dia akan stereo semua. Tapi ini Watch Mojo UK ni, tengok yang US punya. Okay guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Jangan lupa like, subscribe dan share. Semoga manfaat. Enjoy, relax, nikmati keindahan Tuhan bersama-sama. Assalamualaikum.